Are you questioning my pronunciation? I spent
Hello,
a lot of
everyone. Here we are live recording from the studios in Miami, Florida. Well, we're actually in different places right now. I'm Brooklyn Murphy, one of the film judges with the Miami Science Fiction International Film Festival, and we are interviewing today Alexander Offerman from Germany, who has made this fabulous little film called The Innovation Officer. We also have Troy Brunier here with us. Say hi, Troy.
greetings, everybody. Greetings and salutations. I'm in the
And
space station here, orbiting between the Earth and the Moon, and we're monitoring the telemetry coming from Deutschland.
Deutschland live. Alexander Offerman.
Yes,
Tell us
hello.
a
Thank you
little
very
bit
much.
about you. How long have you been a filmmaker? Where did you study? Where do you live?
Yeah, so I'm Alexander Offerman from Germany. We already know that yet, and I'm an art director in an advertising agency. Previously, I was a sergeant in the German army, the Bundeswehr, and I made films and movies my whole time. When we were kids, my brother and me, we made some short action movies and fantasy stuff. I was Batman and the Terminator. And
I love it.
Many more. Yeah. So after my time in the Bundeswehr, I studied graphic design, and last year I finished my master degree in creative direction, and my master thesis was the innovation officer, and that's why I'm here now.
Oh, wow. This was your master's thesis.
Yes.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
And tell us what it's all about. What's the, I guess, the concept behind it, but like the overall, like what's it really about?
Okay, so it's a study of the imbalance between innovation and technology within the human culture in the form of a fictional dystopia. And it's based on the research questions of what a society is like in which the balance between technology and innovation has slipped in favor of technology, and ask what possibilities exist to restore this balance. And the answer is the Innovation Battalion of Special Weapons, a special unit that can influence brain waves via some kind of rifle.
Wow. That sounds like something that we're using today, isn't it?
That's
Isn't
why,
it one of those microwave guns that are causing trouble?
It's possible. I don't know, but what I know is that the beta waves, the brain waves, beta waves are dominated when we consuming social media and everything what makes us focus on something. So the default network mode of the brain, the so-called daydreaming modus, this is where the alpha waves are dominated. They cannot emerge, but this is the place where the brain comes up with ideas. So the technology is pushing down these daydreaming modus because we are all the time just scrolling and for the search for the next dopamine kick.
Wow.
That's scary. That's scary at the same time.
It is scary. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just when you just said that, because I was mentioning earlier that after I watched the film, I was kind of scared. And it's not even a spooky film. It was just so.
Yeah, it's some kind of mirror.
So
that was
current.
the mission.
Yeah, it's so current with the times. Like you open up your film with all the little emojis and the little social media platforms, and then you just go into this hardcore like militia kind of into the looking for people, and these people are completely unaware that they're being hunted in a way. So what inspired this production? What inspired you to do this?
What I said in the beginning, that I was at the Bundeswehr, and so I served in a technical battalion. Furthermore, there are technical officers, and in general, warfare becomes increasingly technical. So
Wow.
why are there no innovative battalions, or what would like to be an innovation officer, and when would we need him? So I played a long time with the term innovation officer, and after a while and some other sides of my studies, I read about Max Bense. He was a German philosopher and university professor, including
Mhm.
in the Ulm University of Design in the long tradition of Bauhaus. And he contrasted technology and innovation as two sides of the process of civilization. So on the one side of the coin, we have the technology with its automation. For example, a microwave or a car is automation, and it creates space and regularity within the civilization. And we have humans as creative creatures. We must use this space to create art as a safe space for criticism and human development. Furthermore, art is the role of generating improvability, in other words, innovation.
Wow.
So
And
it's
wow, it's such an intellectual film and artistic. It's artistic, intellectual. You got so much rolled up in one, and it's just so impactful.
Okay, thank you.
Where did you shoot it, and how did you shoot it?
So I produced this with the 3D software Blender and various AI software. So there's some kind of meta aspect also in the production. So in the movie, innovation fights against technology, and I'm using AI technology to create this movie. So such softwares as Midjourney, DID, and also Unreal MetaHuman. But the most time it was created with the 3D software Blender.
And you shot it like a phone, like you shot it, long wise.
Yes. This is a homage to Stanley Kubrick, 2001, The Monolith. When you maybe you can remember, he said this is the screen all the people are when you're sitting in the cinema. So, and also it's a mobile device. You are looking to yourself.
Oh.
Wow, I get goosebumps again. Brilliant.
Thank you.
What do you hope that your film, how it's going to impact people, like your audience, or not only your audience, but like as a generation or as a whole?
Intended to raise awareness and questions the viewers' own use of modern technology, especially mobile devices and social media. So maybe they also get goosebumps because they feel, oh, I'm doing that myself all the time. Maybe I should get a step back from this technology and get out to the fresh air.
Use your alpha brainwaves. Use your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. That's.
Yeah. Do you find that the younger generation are less creative now because, like you were saying, they're not aware of their alpha stage because they're so buried in their phone? Like in Germany, over here the kids are just buried in their phone. I don't know what it's like in Germany. Is it like an addiction over there as well?
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm working a lot with younger people. Art students are coming to me in my agency, and they make an internship. But they are really clever also today, but they don't have these. They can follow such long things like a 2-hour movie anymore because they are
Wow.
they are
Short attention
already
span.
yes
Yeah.
they are already influenced by this, and we are
Well,
just talked about that and on Friday.
I need to ask questions.
Yeah, go,
I need to
go
ask
for it.
questions. So what age is this greatest, this driver to prevent someone from focusing? At what age does that start? Immediately, if you give it to a baby, or is it intermittent? Or if I let them play with it just a little bit and then take it away, when is it?
Yeah, good question.
When does it
What
happen?
age does that-
And
yeah.
is this reversible? Is it reversible based on the age? If they do it too soon, does that mean that they can't focus anymore? Or
Yes,
is it because, or if you take it away, are they able to focus later on?
yeah. Well, I'm not a brain expert, but I think I will come from the other side. So I think it's important for young humans to climb on a tree and fall down, because that is what the brain needs to learn where is the end of my body, where starts the tree, what is it to fall down. So this is an stage of development. This is a short period of time, because the brain is such liquid and gets more and more crystal even older you get. And so when I go back to the question you asked, it's maybe possible that we have some irreversible damage.
Condition.
Consequences, yeah.
So I think what you're saying, Alexander, is that there's a period of time where the human body, where the human brain is exploring its limitations, its physical limitations.
Yes.
You know, in other words, if something on my table falls, I have the ability to catch it before it hits the ground.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to look at it. I don't even have
Yeah.
to look at it. So that's part of whatever system that's involved in my reflexes. And this happens when you're driving. When you're driving a car, you know the limitations around the car, even without you being the car. But you have this ability to perceive that that physical, or realistically geospatial surrounding, as small as it is.
Yes.
That a human being has, that a human being you gain when you're a child and you're riding your bike and doing all kind of crazy things with your bike, or you're with a kite, or flying a plane, or whatever it is. And as a child, if a child does not get to experience that, which is part of development, they don't know their boundaries.
People,
and that has a lot to do with confidence.
Absolutely.
And social skills too. So back on your entire filmmaking career, what has been your most challenging project that you've done? Is it this one?
Yes, I have really to say that is really this one, because I made this in a period of time of 6 months, and I was full-time working next to it.
Wow.
So it was really just possible to, how can I say this one? I have to become an elite innovation officer myself. Like a method acting design to get so focused and crazy to get this work done. So it was really challenging for me, and I'm really proud of it.
So just you did the editing, the everything. Like
I did everything.
One man show. Wow. Impressive.
Let me ask you a couple of questions, if I may. First, I watched the film, but does this Brooklyn, would you agree this is okay to show to children?
They're not going to get it. Children won't get it.
What about their parents? Their parents.
Their parents will get it. Hopefully, they'll understand what's going on. I think it's a good, like for high school kids, 13, 14-year-olds, and college kids.
The reason why I asked,
engrossed in that social
the film
media
is
world.
the film is currently programmed for Sunday morning, the Sunday morning schedule. But I'm wondering if it should be in a Saturday morning schedule where we would potentially have younger people and families. Parents.
Yeah, like little kids aren't going to get it.
Right, but their parents might with them.
Their parents might, but the kids aren't going to get it.
Right.
I mean, it's so artistic. It's so impactful and unique, it's intense. It's an intense film.
We'll have a further conversation about it. My second question was, are you familiar with the Berlin Sci-Fi Festival?
Yes, I heard about it.
Okay, because this is definitely in their category as well.
I would love that. Yeah, how has
the Berlin guys?
Have you been in other festivals or shown it? How have people received your film?
Also, this is actually the first festival my film is going to show up.
World premiere.
Wow, world premiere, innovation officer. That's awesome. That's awesome. We're so honored. Lucky us. Wow.
So maybe there will upcoming some other festivals. I'm still in the process. So we will see. Hopefully there come more.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite part of your own film? Do you have a favorite scene or a favorite, I don't know, any part of it?
From my movie?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite part of it?
Yes, I guess when the officer falls into the water, I really like the transition between the screaming underwater and the screaming in the social media sequence afterwards. It's challenging, even for me, even today. And when he is out of the water, he's in this kind of museum with this skeleton whale above him, some kind of symbolic for me for living creatures, and he's sitting there unmasked, the weapons down, the water is falling. Water plays a huge role in this movie. In the backstage, I guess you feel everywhere's water, and then he sits besides these waterfalls, and then comes the next mission, and it's cool.
I didn't pick up on that. The water, the water did impact me. I'm just like, this is interesting. Such a contrast of like the guns and the people and the social media, and then you have like this cleansing, like I don't know, like a transition. It was, wow,
impressive.
Yeah, very. So, how do you view the evolution of film and storytelling with these new technologies and platforms?
Yeah, I had a lot of discussions about that, and I think it's a big chance because it's all about the idea, and now you can create easily in the next time a wonderful movie,
right?
And when the idea is good, then it doesn't matter if it's an animated movie or a real movie or a IE movie or I don't know what. But when the idea is great, then it doesn't matter. And when the idea is not great, then it's a technical playground. So I'm absolutely positive, and it's some kind of a creative method for me. So I give that neural network something, then that neural network gives something to my network, and so we can start to play. And I can I pick that, and I pick that, and I create something new, and I give it back to the artificial network, and then it's some kind of dialogue for me.
Yeah,
because I also see your film not only being shown like in a theater or film festivals, but it's almost like a gallery piece, like a museum, like a what do they call it, Troy?
Exhibit.
Yeah, like an exhibit, like a visual art exhibit. Because I could see that like in a gallery, like an installation piece of, like a big giant installation piece. Have you thought about submitting to galleries or?
Yes,
Okay.
I thought about that. Maybe that's the next step.
Yeah, we do have. I want to say there's one film that I spoke with just last week. That their film is actually they're in galleries. It's probably somebody that was recently interviewed. That their content is actually in an art exhibit first. It's there. Yeah, it's one of the short films. It'll come to me in a second who it was. I just spoke with them 2 days ago.
So you mentioned Stanley Kubrick earlier. Is he the one that started you in films, or is he like your biggest inspiration?
Yes, nowadays he's my biggest inspiration, I would tell, but I didn't start with him, I have to say. It was Terminator 2, which is for me also
it's one of my favorites.
Absolute brilliant movie.
I've seen like 10 times, yep. So then does that mean you're not a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan? Do you watch that genre of sci-fi, or are you more no?
I'm not so in that area.
Yeah, that's Troy's little boat. Troy loves Star Trek. Yeah, Troy. Well, we love it.
I didn't see that coming.
So then what is your favorite film of all time?
My favorite film of all time.
If you were alone on an island and you only had one film to watch.
Maybe Predator 1 or Heat.
Oh, two very good choices.
Oh, wow.
I love the first Predator. That's one of my favorites.
Absolutely amazing. Brilliant crossover.
Oh, yeah. Especially the sound. The sound design was brilliant. As was with yours. Obviously, you did the sound also. And I love your sound design, and your whole scoring was just rich and
this was really a thing that I learned on the fly, how important is music and sound for a film, and how long it takes for a sequence to feel fluid. It's really a long process to make a 5-minute animation movie. It's incredible.
Took you 6 months. Well, of course, you were working full time though. So if you had not been, it would have been 5.5. No, it would have been a lot shorter. So maybe you'll make a longer film next time. Do you see yourself making something like a feature or like?
Yeah. What's next?
What's next? Yes. Tell us what's next.
I'm working on some prequels or sequels to The Innovation Officer on YouTube. Some short format movies, 15 seconds, and I'm just playing around with the technique, and I'm getting more and more familiar with the Blender technology. And yes, but in the end of the day, I have my comic. My bachelor thesis was a comic with animal figures. They fight for their printed universe, and it gets digital and morphed into a digital universe with AR. Maybe I work on the second one, or I made a video game. Interesting. I'm floating around my universe, looking what's coming up next.
Wow. What an interesting mind you have, Alexander.
Thank you.
Any other questions from you, Troy?
Well, he kind of covered the Star Wars, Star Trek thing, but
Troy's going to go cry now that you're not a fan.
I'm curious if you know The Expanse.
I watched part of it. It's on
it's on Amazon.
Yeah,
highly.
That's why I haven't seen it.
Yeah. When you're not attending the festival physically, but we're gonna probably show some clips from it, and during the virtual festival, we'll show some clips on the Discord channel. So make sure you're on the Discord channel.
Yes, awesome. I will there.
Yeah, I see Alexander right there. Off on him. There he is. Awesome. No,
Awesome.
thanks so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful
We're
film.
honored.
And we're honored that you're joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was an honor for me.